This is the Chamber Chat Podcast, the show dedicated to chamber professionals to spark ideas and to get actionable tips and strategies to better serve your members and community. Hello, Chamber Champions. Welcome to Chamber Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Burton, and it's my goal here on the podcast to introduce you to people and ideas to better help you serve your chamber members and your community. Our title sponsor for this episode is Bringing Local Back. Remember when your community could turn to a local TV station or newspaper for the latest updates and affordable ads? Those days may be fading, but the need for local connection remains. That's why we created Bringing Local Back, a game-changing platform that restores local visibility and advertising power to your community. It's more than just tech. It's about driving engagement and creating new revenue for your chamber. Ready to see the future? Visit bringinglocalback.com to schedule your demo today. This is the future of local commerce. For this episode, I am the guest. This is a solo episode. It's one of those milestone episodes, as it is episode number 300 of Chamber Chat Podcast. When I started the podcast about 6 years ago, I imagined I would be doing it for a while, but the idea of having 300 episodes now is something else. So I wanted to spend some time on this episode just talking a little bit about some of the things that I've learned with the leading up to 300 episodes, but I wanted to spend a lot of time on what I'm learning, what I'm finding to apply in the field of AI to make processes a little easier, a little more effective, marketing with AI, and just some real applications. And hopefully y'all are starting to dabble with AI to some degree. So I plan on diving in with this episode a little bit of some of those examples of ways that I've been utilizing AI and how it's really just made the process of producing the podcast and all my responsibilities just a little bit easier. So we'll dive into that much deeper as soon as we get back from this quick break. Are you looking for a year-round, affordable, and timely shop local campaign for your chamber or CVB? Look no further. Build a custom Eat, Shop, Play mobile app with App My Community by visiting appmycommunity.com/chamberchat. App My Community mobile apps are not just simple membership directory listings. They provide many more capabilities to engage with your community. Provide your residents with a robust events calendar. Partner with a local fair, festival, or farmers market to provide a schedule, map, and other resources to promote the event. Run a small business Saturday campaign any time of the year using built-in scavenger hunts. Allow your membership to communicate directly to their customers via push notifications. Your App My Community mobile app will be a unique member benefit, allow you to generate non-dues revenue with sponsorship opportunities, and best of all, provide a valuable resource to your community. Please visit appmycommunity.com/chamberchat now to receive 10% off your first year of an App My Community mobile app. Attention all Chamber of Commerce leaders. Are you looking for a powerful tool to help you manage your chamber? Look no further than Chamber Nation. Their comprehensive platform provides all the features you need to streamline membership management, host events, communicate with your members, and provide amazing services to your members. Plus, their expert team is always available to provide personalized support. Don't miss out on this opportunity to take your chamber to the next level at a price you will truly appreciate. Visit richardscalendar.com to learn more about Chamber Nation today. All right, we are back. So 300 episodes. When I started this in February of 2019, AI was not on the scene yet, and everything I did was very much manual processes. And there still is quite a bit of manual process to the podcasting and editing and so forth. But it seems like every week there's some new innovation in the realm of AI that is really making everything a little bit easier and more efficient. So this episode, I'm going to dive in on some of those things that I've been utilizing and see what could make sense at your chamber and see how you might be able to utilize some of these tools as well. So, first of all, probably the longest running type of AI that I've been using is a software platform called Otter, and that provides transcripts for each podcast episode. So as I record the episodes, I take that MP3 file, I upload it to Otter, and it does a transcription. Now, I will say the transcription is not 100%, so as I use that in show notes for each episode, I have a disclaimer at the beginning saying these are auto-generated transcripts, so it's not perfect. But I do try to skim through it and clean up some of the things that I know it misses. For example, the title, Chamber Chat Podcast. I would like it to be capitalized, and it doesn't capitalize it all the way through. So I have to go through, and it's easy enough to do a search on the screen and see where it pops up. There's other times where it doesn't recognize the words correctly. So for example, Chamber Chat Podcast, it might hear it as Chamber Tap Podcast. So when I do a search, it misses it. So as long as you don't need 100% accuracy with the transcript, but you need something relatively good that helps with search engines, it really is a great option. I like that it breaks up who's speaking. So you can type in the names of who's speaking and it matches it to their voice. And it provides a little transcript summary. So the next step with the AI production is I'll put the uploaded file, the MP3 of the episode, into Otter. I'll get that transcript with the automated summary. And then I go over to ChatGPT. I take the summary and I feed it into ChatGPT to give me social media posts that highlight what the episode's about and to try to encourage people to get on their podcast player and give it a listen. So within ChatGPT, it's important to tell ChatGPT how you want it to act. So I've got a command that I'll use, and I'll say act as a social media expert, and take this transcript that I provide to you and put together a potentially viral Facebook post. I usually start specifically with a Facebook post, so it'll generate the posting tailored towards Facebook, and then I have another software that I use to schedule my postings called Metricool. So with Metricool, I can go in, schedule the Facebook post on when I want that to go live or when I want it to hit the scene, so to speak. And then I'll take and granted, the AI generated social media posts, I always tweak them. I never just copy paste because you get all the extra characters that it puts in there, hashtags that don't necessarily make sense, things like that. So I always make some edits to it before I just post it out there. But then I'll take what I use on Facebook, and within Metricool, it has an AI component to it where I can say optimize this for social media platform. So I can say optimize this for Twitter. And that way it takes it and compresses the amount of characters so it fits within the requirements of Twitter. So that's a neat tool that I use, saves me a lot of time, allows me to really batch a lot of the production process that I do, but also schedule things to go live when I want them to go live. Another use case that I've used AI for is, a lot of you are familiar with the Bringing Local Back platform that we released just a few weeks ago. And with that, so there's AI built into that platform to help build out your members' websites and business listings and coupon codes and all the different things that are related to their business profile. And that's within the Bringing Local Back platform. Now, when we were preparing to launch Bringing Local Back, I thought, let me put ChatGPT to the test. So I went to ChatGPT, explained what it is that we're doing with this new platform and launching it. And I told ChatGPT to act as a marketing professional and to create a content calendar to promote and to solicit registrations for a webinar for Bringing Local Back. And along with that, I gave a list of resources. I said, I have an email list, I have social media followings, I have a podcast, I have a website, all these different ways that I can use to market and promote the platform that we were getting ready to launch. So I put that into ChatGPT. It spit back out me a nice marketing plan. It had email campaigns, the structure to them, what the topics would be. It had ideas for podcast episodes. It had email and social media campaigns. So it was all right there. I thought, this is great, but the only way I'm going to really make this be effective for me is I need this to be some sort of a calendar, some sort of a checklist that I can go through. So I asked ChatGPT to export that social media calendar to an Excel sheet so I can check boxes along the way as I go. I had no idea if it would do it or not, but a couple seconds later, it gave me a file to download that had an Excel file with everything there. Now, from there, I did do some customizing because it had all of the email campaigns grouped together, all the social media strategies grouped together, all the podcast stuff grouped together. So I did mix it up so it wasn't all heavy email for 2 weeks and then heavy social media. So I wanted it to be a regular campaign where it kind of intermingled all of those different platforms. So that actually got really good response. Lots of good registrations for that platform, for the webinar launch. And I was very, very pleased with how that worked. So much so that I've leaned upon it in other areas too, to create marketing campaigns and things of that nature. One thing that I've been doing lately is trying to automate some processes. And I'm sure at your chamber, you have some systems, some processes that you would like to automate. And just going to ChatGPT and saying, I have an idea to do X. I want it to do, A, B, C, and have the output be, X, Y, Z. And ask ChatGPT, what do you think? And is there a way to do this? And it will give you back step-by-step answer on how to implement whatever it is that you're trying to do. So it's just a fun exercise. Even if you just have an idea of something that you want to try, it will generate a roadmap that will help you understand and to see how it may be possible. So I've done this. I've been using ChatGPT very heavily for the last several weeks in trying to extract code for Google app scripts and things of that nature to, again, automate processes. So take an idea, plug it into ChatGPT, and see what happens. It's kind of cool. Another new tool that I just learned about this week, and I thought I've got to give that a try, is it's called Notebook LM, and it's an AI language model from Google. And it really, you can put all sorts of different data resources in it, and it will compile the data resources. It's meant for, if you think about going, taking a college course or something, and you take notes in class, or you've got your notebook and notes from the teacher and whatnot. And if you wanted to put all of that into Notebook LM, then it will give you different feedback. So it can give you quizzes. It can give you, just different formats, question and answers, where you can kind of really digest the information in different ways. But one of my favorite things about Notebook LM is it will create a podcast. So you can give it the information that you want it to extract information from, give it a little bit of context, And within a couple of minutes, you have a podcast episode. It blew my mind. So I had to give it a try. I'm going to insert this. It's just a couple minutes of a podcast episode that was totally generated by AI, by Notebook LM, talking about this being the 300th episode of Chamber Chat Podcast. So here it is.
Can you believe it? 300 episodes.
300. It's incredible, isn't it?
Seriously, when we started Chamber Chat, I don't think either of us imagined we'd hit such a milestone.
It's really something special.
It really is. And, it's all thanks to you, the listeners.
Absolutely. This deep dive is really a celebration of you guys.
It is. And what better way to celebrate than by looking back at the incredible journey we've been on together?
Totally. So, what makes Chamber Chat so special?
Well, for me, it's about making the chamber world a little bit smaller. Chamber pros are busy people.
Busy.
They wear so many hats.
Yeah.
It's hard to find the time to attend every conference, read every article, connect with every colleague.
Exactly. And that's where Chamber Chat comes in.
Right. It's like like having a cheat sheet, right? A direct line to the best practices and innovative ideas from across the chamber industry.
And you don't even have to leave your desk.
Exactly. Whether you're on the treadmill or, stuck in traffic.
Or even just taking a break from planning your next big event.
Exactly. Chamber Chat is there, ready to inspire and equip you with the tools you need to succeed.
It's true. And, when I think back over the past 300 episodes, what really strikes me is the sheer diversity of voices we've heard.
Oh, absolutely. CEOs, young professionals, rural chamber leaders, big city folks. We've had it all.
We've explored everything from membership growth to advocacy to, what was that one episode, building community resilience?
Oh, yes. That was a powerful one. I think it was it Michael Johnson from the Small Town Chamber?
Yes. Him talking about bringing his community together after that factory closed. Talk about resilience.
Right. That's what I mean. Chamber Chat isn't just about theory. It's about real stories, real challenges, real triumphs from the front lines of the chamber world.
And let's not forget about the man behind the curtain, Brandon Burton.
Oh my goodness, Brandon. Where do we even begin?
I mean, to dedicate yourself to documenting the voices and experiences of so many chamber leaders.
300 episodes. That's dedication.
It's remarkable. He's created something truly special. And it's not just about the podcast itself. It's the community he's fostered.
The Chamber Chat community is incredible. It's a place where chamber professionals from all walks of life can come together to learn, to share, to support one another.
And that's something really worth celebrating.
It really is.
So as we celebrate this 300 episode milestone, I think it's important for us to ask ourselves, how can we, each of us, take action?
Exactly. What can you do today with the insights and inspiration you've gained?
Right. Dive into the Chamber Chat archives. What resonates with you?
What challenges are you facing that maybe, just maybe, someone has already addressed on this show?
Exactly. And, don't keep it to yourself.
Right. Share what you've learned with your colleagues. Connect with other listeners.
Let's keep this incredible conversation going.
Here's to the next 300 episodes.
Cheers to that.
All right. So what did you think? That was kind of cool, right? Having the conversation. These are two AI bots, so to speak, talking back and forth. Really I fed them my website, chamberchatpodcast.com, and that's what it came up with, which is pretty amazing. But I really like what they talked about at the end about let's take action, right? So hopefully as you've tuned in and listened to Chamber Chat Podcast, you've heard from different chamber leaders, people from different walks of life, different experiences that are bringing things to the table that can help make your job at the chamber better, that can help you better serve your members and your community. That's the goal of the show. So it's my hope that as you take these things, implement, do your rip off and duplicate, your R&D, please share the show with somebody who who may be new to the chamber industry. If you take a minute and think about, especially over the last couple of years since 2020, there's been a lot of turnover in the chamber industry. And if you think of anybody that's new to the chamber world that could benefit from hearing from a documented resource of over 300 chamber leaders at this point and extract value from that to help jumpstart their career, please share Chamber Chat Podcast with them and encourage them to subscribe and listen to it regularly, because there really should be great takeaways, great value that anybody, especially those that are new to the industry, can take away and really help their career get off to a great start. So I want to say thank you for being with me, for listening to the podcast, for sharing it with others, for paying attention to sponsors of the podcast. That's what makes us keep going, is having sponsors. And I know as a chamber leader, you understand the value of sponsors and having people act on that to continue having sponsors. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't do this show without you, and 300 episodes is really a testament to being able to have a great fan base, a great listenership, and it's my goal to just keep this going and keep providing value. So please share it out. And I'm always happy to hear feedback or ideas of potential guests as well that you think would be good for the show. People you see making a big impact, let me know. But anyways, that's all I've got for this week. And I'm just incredibly humbled and grateful to have been able to be at this for nearly 6 years now and 300 episodes. So it's been quite the journey, and I look forward to a lot more. Thanks a lot. If you are a chamber professional, please subscribe to Chamber Chat Podcast in Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify. When you subscribe to Chamber Chat Podcast, new episodes will show up in your podcast app each week as they are released. If you're finding value in this podcast, please leave us a rating and a review in iTunes. But most importantly, please share Chamber Chat Podcast with your colleagues that are in the industry.